This dude
This
must be
white-
take me to
this-
Disneyland.
face. Infamous Abba and Preach. No disrespect. We rock with y'all.
Yeah.
But let's get into this.
Today's topic, I love anime. A lot of people know this. I do anime live streams and stuff like that. And one person commented was like, man, Japanese people are so obsessed with white folks that they make all their anime characters look white. Now, this is a very common idea. People have believed for a long time that when Japanese people are drawing these characters, they're all made to look like Caucasian folks.
I thought that too.
There's a really important video I want you guys to watch.
Hey guys, it's Yuta. So if anime characters...
We have hit reaction video inception.
When you're like reacting to the
them,
people who are
reacting
reacting
to
it. And we damn. The rabbit hole goes
Bro,
deep.
man, somebody needs to react to this video of us reacting to them.
So we
them
can react to it.
Bro.
あ、でもこれが韓国人じゃん。韓国人。中国人か韓国人系。
どこら辺がそう思いましたか？
髪の毛の感じとか、ちょっと細い感じとか。
白いところ。とか言ってしまえば日本人。白人。いや、そのまんまやないか。
難しいよね。日本人じゃないの？ロシアとトルコのハーフ。いやでもね。
That's oddly specific. That's oddly.
I'm just trying to say how
Russia. I don't know what Russia and Turkish half.
like how many Russian and Turkish
Turkish
friends do you have, my guy?
I know a few.
I know a few.
got a few
I see them every day. I go
every
to
day,
the,
every day.
the half Russian, half Turkish store every day.
You know, let me get a kebab and let me get
a
a
Matryoshka doll.
war with Ukraine.
これ日本人じゃない？日本人。目が細い。そう。目と眉毛とか、あと唇が細いとか。
So they choose it. He probably choosing characters that look very Asian in general. Like if you look at Kurosaki Ichigo.
If you look at Uzumaki Naruto,
Yeah.
like I would say Sasuke looks more Japanese. You look at Son Goku. Son Goku doesn't really look Japanese.
He doesn't look white.
He doesn't look
until
white,
he
but
goes.
he
But
transforms.
yeah, until he transforms.
Well, I heard because the manga, it's cheaper to just remove color than adding color, is why they made the hair like blonde. But then there's the green eyes. And it's like, you know...
How many natural Japanese people do you know with
blonde hair? What?
Green
Okay.
eyes.
All right. But anyway.
これでも日本人にしか見えなくない？でも金髪だよ。ああ、なるほどね。
どういうところが日本人に見えます？
細身。
You telling me the big titty blonde girl
chick
is
Japanese?
I mean, I guess according to these people. So who am I to judge?
意外とね、ベトナム人です。日本に興味があってコスプレしてるベトナム人。
This dude has never seen a foreigner.
It's
Like he's just throwing out countries that he knows.
French New Guinea.
It's 10% French, 20% Vatican.
I was gonna say, you know, maybe German, but then I got like maybe a dash of Alabama in there. What's this man talking about, bro?
The country Georgia and also the state of Georgia.
Same time.
Same
Same time, man. I don't know you. Same time.
こっちの方が日本人だと思って。なんか清楚そうなところ。
もう全部日本人に見えるからな。日本人です。
These are like really popular current anime characters. I don't even. Well, to be completely honest, I haven't been following. I have no idea, but we haven't been following anime like that.
If you draw a character with blonde hair and blue eyes, but you say, well, they're Japanese. But if you draw a character with black skin, they're black.
No,
right?
but like if you dude, there's no way you could draw a
say
character.
that-
There's no natural blonde-haired, blue-eyed Japanese person.
Exactly, and there's no natural character that's gonna look like have like what's his name? The anime that we both hate that they just released on Netflix.
Yasuke?
Yasuke, that's what it is. Yeah.
Oh man.
Like, bro, there's no way you'd be like, oh, that's a Japanese character, right? The same
Yeah.
way, like if you're gonna stretch.
Yeah, I understand what
Right,
you're saying.
you're stretching it out. Well,
Yeah.
blonde hair, but the style is Japanese.
Yeah.
Therefore, this character could be Japanese.
Yeah,
and
no,
I'm-
that
I'm-
character strikes
yeah.
me as it could be Japanese as well.
But I mean, I'm not gonna say that every character is drawn in a way that's gonna be leaning towards European or not. But whatever.
白人が多分日本が なんて言うんだろう、外国人の方が綺麗とか、
ちょっと憧れがあるんだ。
そうで多分キャラ自体をそっちにしてる気がする。
I mean, dudes just said that Japanese people admire white people, and that's no
That's
no secret to us,
Alright.
you know.
Like you ever see a billboard in Japan?
Yeah, I
Have you
mean
ever?
that was gonna be my main argument. Is like we've lived in Japan for 12 years now.
Yeah.
And only recently I've been seeing more ethnic people, or more variety of people on billboards and ads and magazines and stuff
Yeah.
like that. But even in that situation, Japan is 99% Japanese.
Yeah.
It always astounded me that the majority of their ads are white people. If you're
It's
trying to overwhelmingly white
Right.
people, you're trying to appeal to the 99% of your populace.
Yeah.
With
a
white person.
I have a dog, so when I go to the vet, who is holding the dog?
A white
person.
And do you go into
When you go to the dentist.
Yeah,
who
you go
is
there,
it?
bro. Little white baby looking at me. Little white baby over there, blonde hair, blue eyes, talking about brush your teeth.
Brush your
And I've
teeth.
just always been like,
The more you brush, the
what?
whiter you become.
I guess.
Brush maybe white.
ドイツ人。ドイツだ。鼻が高い、彫りが深い。目が青い。
ロシア。
あ、ロシア、わかる。これはロシア。
頭良さそう。
ロシア頭がいいイメージ。
Wait, hold up. Did you say?
Akama yasaso.
It's like he has a really kind
face. That dude.
Oh wow! So,
Wow.
he looks white.
You saw the hair. Okay. You saw the white skin. You're like,
Damn.
bro, he must be kind.
God damn.
He must be willing to take me out on a date.
This got a kind face.
This dude
This
must be
white,
willing to take me to
this
Disneyland.
white nigga got a kind face.
I think the West dominates online media a lot. And they impose their standards and their issues on everyone else.
Yeah.
Meaning the way that they feel about a certain topic and the problems that they have, they feel like everyone else must be dealing with in the same way. In Japan, with their context and their history, right? They look at these characters and they see themselves or they see other Japanese people when they look at it. When we look at it, we see a symbol of white supremacy, all this.
But it's not.
But it doesn't make it true. And considering that they invented it, right? That they make this stuff, I do think there's a bit of arrogance in the sense that we think everything revolves around us. And we impose our ideas on people over things that they themselves made. Right?
Yeah, I do think that Westerners do have a very centralist attitude, especially Americans. You know, Americans think the entire world revolves around them. Like, if Americans feel a particular way, then the rest of the world should feel this way. But coming as someone that has lived in Japan for 12 years and have spoken to other Japanese people that have lived here as long, Japan kind of has a liking towards white people. When you get they're looking for jobs and they're like, hey, we want a white person for this job and you just got to deal with it. Or they think that you're not American because you're black.
Okay, I don't mean to get canceled or anything, but
Okay.
I thought black people from Africa. So I thought America, the United States, was completely white country.
You open their school books, because we teach as English teachers here, and every English teacher in the school book is a white person with blonde hair, blue eyes. It's so ingrained in their media that whiteness is just like associated with English, and foreigners or good foreigners are like white.
But for a long time, even in Japan, when it went to study, when Japan in the Meiji era went to really learn about the world, they sent all their scholars out. They didn't send their scholars to Africa. All right. They didn't send their scholars to Africa. You know where they sent them? They sent them to Europe. A lot of the words in Japanese language actually come from Europe. I mean, some come from America too, but a lot of them come from Europe. So like when you say like arubaito, which is part-time job, that is not an English word. That's a German word.
Is it really?
Yeah.
I didn't know that.
Yeah. Japan went to predominantly white countries to learn how to run their country in the modern era. Right? And that's how they learned how to, join when they opened their borders and they say, all right, we're going to join, we're going to play ball.
Yeah, it was Europeans.
It was Europeans.
It was Europeans coming through.
And Japan had this, I'm not going to say it's an obsession, but Japan kind of
Japan has a strong fixation with whiteness.
Yeah, I will say like they looked up to white people or European.
Bro.
It's still going on today.
Yeah, even in dating and stuff like that. When
I've
you're
been on the dating apps.
the dating apps, girls will just be like, white.
Yeah.
I want a white dude. Clearly, I want a white dude.
They say European.
Yep.
Or but like,
Yeah.
white European.
Yo, no,
there are black Europeans.
There's so many other foreigners that lived in Japan that have had these experiences and talked about these things. You can't say all of them are just wrong because you feel that Westerners are. Where there's smoke, there's fire, bro. Where there's smoke, there's fire.
I will say that I think that it is an amalgamation. I think there
Yeah.
are aspects of Japanese characteristics in the characters that they draw, but there are definitely I would say a lot of Caucasian characteristics in these characters.
Yeah.
And I think if you just draw I think just a flat Japanese looking character, and there are characters like that, right? But they usually tend to say like that animation is kind of boring looking. It's not so interesting. Usually when you're trying to draw something like fantastic or something that's gonna like catch the eye, you're gonna want to appeal to something that they don't see every day, right? And I think that's why they use it. And they tend to use European, models.
Models,
for that.
yeah.
So but I can clearly see it in most of the characters. Some more clearly than others.
Yeah.
But
They be white up the streets, bro.
there are not many black characters in these animes.
I mean, but it makes sense that there's not. I understand why there wouldn't be many black characters, but for Japan being 99% Japanese,
I don't understand why there's white characters.
This is what I'm saying. That's what I'm saying.
And so when you sit there, you're like, well, this is what it means to you. How would you know? You're not living their context. You don't understand what they're going.
Yes, I'm living in this country. I've been living here for quite some time, so I kind of understand the context of this. Like you don't live here, bro. Like, can you really speak so freely about this?
And I think we have to be careful not to go into the world thinking the concepts that we understand, everyone's going to understand them the same way. And this was very humbling for me because I believed that my whole life. I'd heard it. So I'm like, yeah, white people, everyone wants to be, colorism, bland. But it's not necessarily the case for everyone else.
Japan also has this thing where they have like kind of a caste system that the darker your skin is, the lower you're seen in the caste system because you're outside working, your skin's dark. Yeah. So during the summer months, you will see Japanese people head to toe covered in black because they
wearing the funeral.
Yeah, the Darth Vader mask. Yeah,
carrying umbrellas, parasols.
Because they don't want to get darker. Yeah. And I think within a lot of Asian society in general, there's light is seen as good, dark is seen as bad.
If you've seen a geisha, like they wear the white powder,
the white face,
because very white.
Yeah, because
again, that's considered beautiful.
That's considered beautiful in Japanese culture. Being white is
really
the fairer you are, the more beautiful you're perceived. The more beautiful you're perceived. So, as someone that may be melanated, you could see why that may be a problem,
unless you're like me, where you just
if you're out here like Tally,
light brighting,
like looking like like when you just leave like mustard in the sun for a while.
Damn,
like like
what?
Like when the light just steals the color from something.
Why does it gotta be mustard, dog? Why is my darkest shade mustard?
But generally in Asian society, Japanese society, not only in Asia, colorism exists. You're seen more beautiful, more higher class of a higher caste if you have fairer skin. And who has the ultimate in fair skin? White people.
Like, where is he going?
Dude's in the video over here saying like, oh, like Japanese people like white people, we admire them.
白人が多分日本がなんて言うんだろう、外国人の方が綺麗とか
ちょっと憧れがある。
そうで多分キャラ自体をそっちにしてる気がする。
I mean, but there are certain sects of Japanese people that admire and like black culture and black people too. And
but the majority of
on average,
yes,
on average,
and when they draw white people, it's very different. Yeah. I've seen that in mangas. I've seen that in it's different. It's not like the main characters. It's when it's white people,
you can tell.
You could tell.
You can tell.
Oh, so when they draw white people in Europe it's different. Again, I think that they don't necessarily draw white people and just say they're anime. These guys, it's an amalgamation
of what they want to look like.
They say, okay, we have this Japanese character, but we're gonna make them more appealing. Yeah. And how do we do that?
Make them more white looking.
Yeah.
Exactly. Right.
It's not like they're gonna draw a European and say, oh,
this is a Japanese person.
Takashi Jun.
Yeah. They do steer more towards what they consider to be attractive features. Yeah. And that kind of goes towards more European-esque standards of beauty. Fairer skin, blonde hair, blue eyes. So yeah.
There is actually a difference.
Well, they could tell. When they saw the Russian person, they immediately thought like, oh, you must be somewhere else.
Man, you know what made me mad?
Okay.
No. Because like, y'all, I'm sitting here watching Japanese people draw these white people, and every time y'all draw, they got like they got the big old lips, the nose about this mad dark skin, like, and like why? Who's the Pokemon that just a NAACP tweet away from a problem, bro? You know what I'm talking about? You know with the blonde hair? Yeah, she looks like Shadow Beyonce.
Bizarro Beyonce.
Why they got blonde hair? Or why do they got green hair? Why do they got purple hair? Nobody looks like that. But they use it to differentiate the characters because having to draw everyone with specific type of faces takes too much time. It's too expensive. So how do you differentiate between person A and person B? Well, you change their hair color, you change their eye color, you do whatever, right?
It's a good point. Like,
but, I mean, like honestly, so if you could watch the Japanese dude Yuta video and the little handful of anime characters that he has shown, there's
a good representation.
It's not a good representation.
Again, it's not going to be 100% this or 100%
that. Yeah.
Right. So of course, Abba and Preach have a really good point about what they're saying. Yeah. And the Japanese guy Yuta also has a really good point.
I think it's a why couldn't it be both kind of argument, because us living here so long and what we've seen in magazines, not just talking anime, but just like in general, watching the culture, we've seen the kind of adoration for more European style beauty. Yeah. You know, and a lot of other people that have lived here as long kind of have the same general consensus about it. Yeah. So, I mean, where there's smoke, there's fire. I mean, I'm not saying they're completely wrong, but I do have to disagree with some of the sentiments of what you guys are saying, respectfully, of course. So.
I just think there's a lot of aspects where if you're gonna appeal to somebody, like all anime characters don't look the same. Yeah, they really don't. And so, how can we separate our character from this character? Yeah. Well, let's infuse a little bit all.
Yeah, I think it's just the core concept is that white people are so attractive that it just kind of unintentionally seeps into other things.
And of course, they're gonna have focus groups too. Like, okay, what do you think about this character's versus this character? And they're gonna say, well, the one that looks a little bit more European is gonna be more appealing to me.
But right? like we said though, like with so much anime out there and so many different cultures around the world, why is it it's so much more common to see someone that looks European than it's to see a black anime character or a Latin person or something, right? You don't see other cultures represented as much as Caucasians are represented within anime.
Like unless your anime is like in India, you ain't ever gonna see an Indian in
I don't think I've ever seen an Indian person in anime now that I think about it. Right. Yeah, man. Shout out Abba and Preach. Of course, let us know what y'all think in the comments down below. We tripping, you side with them, you side with us. Why couldn't it be a little bit of both? Why couldn't we just, tacos tonight, man? Why couldn't we, come on. You know what I'm talking about, right? No, I don't. You don't know the commercials like, why couldn't it be both? Like, okay. So just let us know what y'all think down below. Like the video, leave a comment. We'll catch y'all on the next one. Your boy Gizmo.
Sally.
We out. Peace. Hey, Kuro gang the click, dirty water the squad, Japan like politics, haters like oh my god, what am I seeing, they rocking another season, the finest of ignorance, we keep the truth the people need it, crack open the strong, camera on hit record, sound check, yeah we straight, topics never bold, Gizmo and Tally, Kuro Kouch we collab it, truth mix.